Hello, leaders. Hey, this is Paul Grau, and welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges, the daily show that equips leaders and entrepreneurs to achieve their greatest potential. This show is sponsored by Current Leadership Coaching, and they help entrepreneurs and leaders excel so they can create super teams. Find out more about them at currentleadershipcoaching.com. Hey, I hope you're doing great today. And today, I want to be respectful of your time, so I'm going to get right after it. So let me ask you, do you consider yourself to be selfish or unselfish? Now, I know this can be a pretty direct, awkward question, but really ask yourself, are you selfish at all, or are you totally unselfish? You see, leaders cannot afford to be selfish if they want their people to totally be committed to their jobs and for their team productivity level to be high. Think about it this way. Selfish leaders make decisions based on what's good for him or her. Selfish leaders put their own priorities ahead of their team priorities. Selfish leaders are not willing to be a true servant leader because, let's face it, their needs come first. Selfish leaders are difficult to bring new ideas to because they often think that their way is the best way and or even the only way. Selfish leaders are very protective of their time, and they're not going to hesitate to leave work before all of their people, even when everyone's busy and working hard. They're also difficult to schedule time with because they're so protective of that time. Selfish leaders are always looking out for themselves and only look out for their team members after they have taken care of themselves. Selfish leaders eat first. They want special treatment. And they are quick to take the best of everything. Whether you're talking about an office space or a parking space or a vehicle or you name it, they want the best of everything. So how about you? Do any of these statements describe you? To be honest, many leaders can relate to at least one or two of the statements I just read. Being selfish and taking care of your needs first is often an automatic response for many people. I would even dare to say that being unselfish is a very rare character trait that only the best leaders have, and one that really separates the great leaders from the above average leaders. Putting others before yourself is not easy, and I don't think it's natural. Putting the team priorities ahead of your own priorities, man, that's tough. Taking a back seat to your team's needs is always challenging because our natural instinct is, to a degree, to take care of ourselves. However, when you do put your needs, desires, wants, priorities, and time behind your team members, man, you're going to become the leader among leaders. And your people, they're going to respond positively. Now, I'm not saying that this will be an instant flip. It'll take some time. And your team members must see that you're being genuine about it. They must see you willingly give up your priorities for the good of the team over a course of time. And they will begin to come around, man, like never before. I believe this one character trait, being unselfish, may just top all the others. And in time, your team unity, perseverance, empowerment, and resourcefulness are going to soar. And that is going to enable your team's productivity to increase very steadily. Today's challenge is to start small. Pick just one of the things that I listed today that selfish leaders do and start putting yourself last in that area. Start putting your team members first in that area. Once you get used to that area and it becomes a habit, man, just go on to another area and so on until you truly become the great unselfish leader that I know you can be. Now, if you are the one of the very few completely unselfish leaders, man, I just want to thank you for being the example for all of us to follow. You are a great leader, and I'll guarantee your people say that about you. Hey, another thing that really boosts productivity in your team is having clear goals. And I want to remind you about the free one-page goals worksheet that you can pick up at currentleadershipcoaching.com/goals. And a link to that website is also in the show notes. Now, this worksheet, man, it's going to set you up to achieve a few goals before the new year. And it's going to set you up for an amazing 2021. Hey, as always, thank you for listening, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Until tomorrow, run to your challenges.